Hi guys! I haven't had a chance to post really anything since I got back from the PCT, and it's been lots of emotions. I know that everybody is dealing with so much right now that it's hard to even process. Yeah. I thought that I would share with you answers to some questions that you guys had. I definitely learned many lessons right when you get on the trail, right when you sign the register, right when you go to the terminus, is the kindnesses of others. You hear people talk about that and you see it in these vlogs. You just don't know until you get there. Even in the 3 days I was there, I had so much trail magic. The first night, I decided I was only going to go like 4 miles or something ridiculously slow like that. I'd never filtered water before. So this guy helped me out. I was able to find this sweet camping spot. I was just super hyper about wanting to make sure I knew how to set up my tent and that I had a good camping spot and that I didn't have to, like, I don't know, struggle. The second day, at about 6 or 7 miles, I get to camp and there is a lady there. She's from Germany. Her name is Noemi. And let me just tell you about this woman. Like, first off, we're on this ridge line. She's got a Nemo tent. It is a downpour. This was insane. I literally was standing. My pack was soaked through. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I've never done a fast fly setup. And she said that she didn't have any water. I thought desert equals no water at all. So I was carrying like 4 liters of water in downpours. I, offered her a liter of water. She was awesome. And so I'm trying to like think about the physics of it. Because, it should be simple, right? So she came out of her tent and was helping pull my stakes tighter and putting rocks on them, and it was like, I didn't expect that. And then I was like, why do I have all these extra stakes? But it got really windy and she needed stakes, and so I gave her 2 of my stakes. I said, here, you just give them back to me later. And later she was like, can I just buy these off of you? It just felt right to say, well, clearly I don't need these. Some hiker box somewhere will have something and she needs them. So I felt like I was able to give back when that guy helped me filter water for the first time. Then the third night, my short-lived tramily, actually, I probably would have been like their long-lost member because they're like young and your girl's so like not able to go fast. Taylor, Danny, and Hannah came into camp, and it was really funny because I was in my tent, Noemi was in her tent, and all of a sudden all these people rolled up and are trying to camp. And the site only says that it's like 3 people. So these 3 girls are trying to figure out how to take their little tiny tents and move them. So like Taylor's on one side and she's like, I think I can do this. And I don't know these girls. I'm really thinking, oh my God, I just got this thing set up. I do not want to move, but I feel like it's the right thing to do. So I just shouted out, hey guys, let me know if I need to like reorient myself to give you guys more space. And then all of a sudden, I don't know who it was. I think it was Hannah, maybe Taylor. I think it was Hannah, but she was like, Shannon? And I was like, yes. Her name, she was like, it's Hannah. And I'm like, what's your Instagram handle? She told me, and then I was like, oh, okay. Same thing with Taylor. They somehow convinced me that it would be a good idea to push myself all the way to Lake Morena that next day. That was the night that we found out the PCT was asking people to leave and postpone and cancel their hikes. And if I hadn't made it to the campground, I don't know that I would have had that knowledge soon enough, and I would have gotten to Lake Morena and the campground would have been shut down. So I got up that next day and I got on trail first. I don't like to sit around and wait because like these girls were clearly, you know, young, fit, right out of college, I think. I don't know. Taylor passes me, Danny passes me, and this is like 30 minutes later. And I've been walking 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. And they both passed me. I'm like, crap. Like, I need them to be my family. So I've got to go. I was not prepared for that. I just wasn't. I liked these girls a lot and at least wanted to hang out with them one more night before they, you know, completed Canada the next day. I'm dying. No one talks about it. No one talks about how hard the descent is into Hauser Creek, and everyone talks about how difficult the ascent is out of Hauser Creek. But when you're doing both of those on the same day, I don't care who you are, but when it is raining and the trail is a flood, I mean, that is a test. Finally, I get to Hauser Creek and to fill up my water because, you know, I needed so much water there. And they've been sitting there for like 20 minutes, probably having a snack, you know, chilling. But I knew, like, if I stop, I'm done. Like, I'm done for the day. They headed out right when I got there. I literally sat down for a second to filter water and then I took off. As long as I just keep moving, I'll be fine. Pack, even with a pack cover, it was drenched. I was literally shuffling baby steps. I'm not kidding. My heel was going in front of the other toe. Does that even make sense? Yeah, so Hannah shows up and she leaves like, I don't know, 2 hours behind me. And I'm like, must be nice, girl, because you got long legs and I've got short, stubby ones. And you're like, I don't know, 20 and amazing. And your life is ahead of you. Coming out of Hauser Creek, and she's just like, oh, hey. And I'm like, hey. No, it's more like, hey. Or I think it was more like, Hannah? Where'd you come from? Anyway, she's like dragging me up this hill. Like she would walk like, I don't know, 200 yards, and then she would wait for me, and I felt bad because she was just, you know, so selfless, and just, I will get you up this mountain and get you to Lake Morena. At one point, I was like, no, just leave me behind. Leave me behind. And eventually, like, she didn't leave me behind, but, like, she kind of left me behind. And no one told me that you were gonna, like, get off this little spur trail and then just be on a road. And I was like, am I in the right place? And I could see no one. There was nobody. I didn't know where to go. So I crossed the road. I'm trying to find some signage. And then finally I see Danny and Taylor practically skipping across the campground. And they're like, Shannon, I'm so glad you made it. And I'm like, when did you get here? Did you eat? You look like you're fine. And I am about to fall over. So I was really cold, very, I don't know if it's too dramatic to say I was getting close to hypothermia. I met Marmalade, Mike Lawrence, he has a YouTube channel, and I met Lady Bruce and Jay, and everybody was super nice, but I just couldn't think about anything except for how cold I was. This lady, I don't know her name, but literally gave me like $1 worth of quarters to take a shower. I could warm up, and I get into the shower and there's 2 quarters sitting on the bench, so effectively I could have a longer shower. And so that was a, you know, secret trail magic, and I needed it because I was freezing. But after that, that's when I got all the texts from Joe. I knew that when Joe reached out to me, I needed to go home. But I didn't feel bad about it. I mean, I wish that I could have stayed, but I guess under the circumstances, I already knew that that was going to be a possibility anyway. Didn't expect it to happen so soon. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Like, I don't know how to feel about all of this. There's so many of you guys that didn't get to get on trail. I don't know what that feels like. I don't know that I could handle myself the way that I am now if I hadn't gone on trail. So I understand those people that can't watch vlogs or can't be on the internet anymore, can't see footage from those PCT people that are still out there. My heart breaks for, in general, the PCT class of 2020. And I do know that the trail will be there, but telling someone who has planned for 5 years, not me, but I'm just relaying, knowing people plan for 5 years and don't have a family and house to go home to, that the trail is going to be there for them when they want to come back. It can be it can negate their feelings. And because I was on trail, when people say that, I don't feel like it negates my feelings, but I think that others, especially those that didn't get on trail, I think we're all going to change a lot from this quarantine. I think our families, society, I think everything is going to change. I don't know if it's going to be for the better. I don't know if it's going to be a significant change, but I do, every time I watch something on Netflix and someone like shakes hands or embraces another character, I'm like, COVID, it just is weird, actually. But anyway, next, obviously, got the bug, not the COVID, like the hiking bug. Hopefully I will have a new vlog for you soon that will outline, at least in those 3 days, what I loved, what were my favorite pieces of gear, what were pieces of gear that I may have changed. So anyway, stay safe, stay at home, but get out in your neighborhood, walk, get a tan, because I really need one. And talk soon.